Today is the 23rd of April, 2015, and I am sitting here with Miss Gilmore, Sarah Gilmore, who is the representative of Oregon, Miss Black USA. Yeah, there is a Miss Black America.
Yes, there are different pageant organizations.
Which one's the largest, do you know?
I don't know which one's larger,
Miss Black USA Pageant was founded by Karen Arlington. Ever meet her?
Karen Arlington? I have not met her yet. She runs the competition and the organization out of Maryland. And so when I was in D.C. studying, I heard more about this organization, and that's how I got involved.
How long were you in D.C.?
I was there for 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah, going to school, doing networking, doing a lot of stuff.
So you didn't get to intern with the president?
No, but it's really nice with this organization, with Miss Black USA. We get to go to the White House and tour it when we compete for the national pageant. So hopefully I get to run into him there.
Say hi to Hillary by that time.
Maybe, oh my gosh.
Miss Black USA Pageant is held in D.C. this year, right?
It is held in D.C. this year.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. When Obama won, that was really quite a moment.
Wasn't it?
Electrifying.
It was, wasn't it? I agree.
You've said you'd like to work Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Right.
Does it have to be together, or would you work for them individually?
No, I would work for them individually. Really, they've just been a huge inspiration. And I know that Jay-Z is known for being such a great entrepreneur and businessman. He does have a lot of different businesses going on, and just to learn from somebody like him and being a leader in the Black culture, I think it would be really inspiring to work for him.
And Beyonce.
And Beyonce, oh my gosh.
Have you picked up any moves from her yet?
Yeah, of course. No one's ever seen them.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she's
we could do some video here. Yeah.
Right. She's been an inspiration as well. She actually did pageantry when she was younger. And
oh, she did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did her gospel singing. So she's done a lot of stuff too and put in her time and her work. So
boy, hasn't she moved up. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. But you've never met her yet.
No, I have not met her yet.
Now, when is the competition? When does it begin?
Well, we have to be in town by August 5th, and that's on a Wednesday. So the competition will be on the 7th and 8th of that weekend in August.
Do you have to pay for all of your own expenses?
Yes, they are up to each contestant, so that's why we're encouraged to gain sponsorship.
Fiji. Why Fiji?
Fiji, I've just heard and seen in magazines that it's just one of the most beautiful places in the world. When I think of Fiji, I think of waterfalls, lush green plants, and I think that's something I would really enjoy, especially coming from Oregon.
Have you been to Hawaii?
I haven't been to Hawaii. I've been to the Bahamas.
Well, maybe you'll get to go to Fiji and represent Oregon.
I'd be okay with that. Yes, absolutely.
Actually, represent the United States.
Yeah.
The USA.
Yes.
How long have you lived in Tanzania?
In Tanzania? Since I was 8 or 9 years old until I was about 24. So that long.
How old are you now?
I'm 27.
27?
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought you were about 20.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to be an old lady.
Yes.
Did you ever meet Jasmine?
I haven't met her, but we did get to speak with her on the phone during one of our phone interviews. She's a very sweet girl, and she's done a lot, so I can see why she'd be Miss Black USA.
Have any boyfriends?
Do I have any?
Yeah. No one seems to be interested in you?
I think those answers are correct.
Is it true that a lot of men don't approach beautiful women because they're afraid that they'll be turned down, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to ask them and find out.
Well, when you were an ugly duckling, never, right? Okay. We've seen some of your young pictures, and you're so cute.
Thank you.
So what's this with you and the Portland Trail Blazers?
Yes, 100%. I mean, ever since I was younger, I mean, it's a huge thing to go to a Blazer game, and we have the biggest and greatest fan base, I feel like, and it's just always something I've desired to do. It feels like being in the spotlight for my city. Like, you can't do much better than that, so.
So you think you'd like to be an actress down the road?
I've tried acting. I just don't feel like personally I've ever been any good.
At 27 years old, you've already tried acting, what, in high school, college?
College. I did some theater, actually, specifically. Mm-hmm. And it was fun. I just do better at being more real and making speeches from the heart and just being myself. With acting, you know, you really have to get into character and be someone else, and that's great. But I'm just the best when I'm me.
Picking all those people who are currently alive, if you could push a button and be that woman, female, for a day, who would it be?
Oprah, Barbara Walters, even like
Nancy next door. I really like her. Be the easy one because I don't know who she is.
Right.
Yeah, is that your answer?
Yeah,
Okay.
any of those women,
All right.
absolutely.
Yeah. Not Ellen?
Ellen, actually, know it. That would be a great idea. She is so funny.
Wouldn't that be fun to be
She
here?
is so funny. Or Chelsea lately. I really like her.
The next question is, who would you like to be if you could be for a day someone who's not alive?
Honestly,
in history.
Honestly. I thought about this actually quite recently. I would like to be, honestly, Harriet Tubman. Because with the Underground Railroad, it's not that I want to know what it was like, but to put that together and then live under secrecy and putting that whole thing together and just taking that risk, I mean, was just absolutely incredible, and it's amazing what she did and was able to put together. She was basically created, I don't know if she created the Underground Railroad, but she was definitely the driving force for it, and she helped slaves get across the Mason-Dixie line during the slave period, and especially when it was ending, so she just helped people escape to freedom to the north. Okay,
now, those people who are not alive, a man.
A man, if I could be any man?
Yes, or a boy. All those people that you admire. Do you like science?
I do like science. I don't love science. I'm in a biology class right now. It's killing me. It's very interesting, but Stephen Hawking.
Oh, Stephen Hawking. Just saw the movie.
Did you? I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. He's incredibly intelligent. I just read a few of his articles, ones that I could understand and get a grip on, and it's just the way he writes and the way he feels about life. It's a different way of thinking that I feel like a lot of people should really...
But he's still alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen Tyson's new series, Cosmos?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Carl Sagan did the original Cosmos back in the 70s. You're an advocate for healthier food and choices for being active.
I do stay away from sweets, but I think, honestly, that might be a cultural thing. Definitely, I found some differences.
What is it that might be a cultural thing? Sweets? Or
sweets, yeah. Well, eating...
Are you kidding, lady? I love sweets. I can't keep away from them.
I just say, growing up around here, a lot of my friends my age, we just grew out of sweets. But when I went back east, a lot of my friends, they love sweets. So I guess I deducted that to a cultural thing, but I really don't know what that is.
What do you mean by cultural? I mean, is it the old story, you are what you eat? You have this opportunity. I mean, you may have something else even more after this, but this could be the highlight of your life. Are you worried that you'll make a wrong move?
Not at all. There's nothing to worry about.
What gives you the confidence?
I know I'm a good person, and I do the right things in the first place. It's not something that I have to think about.
So that's, you're driven because you are a good person or because you know that you're on the right path or what?
No, I'm driven because I know that life is what you create it. If you want something, you have to create a lifestyle to go and get it. That is what drives me. Growing up with my family, we didn't know it. We lived in a very decent neighborhood, a very nice neighborhood, but the house was basically all that my parents could really afford. So when it came to doing anything extracurricular, like going on vacations or buying a car when I turned 16, things that some of my friends got to experience, I didn't get to. I had to get those things on my own. So that is what drives me. It's like, well, I had this life. This is what a life my parents created for me, and I want a different one. So that is what I'm striving for. And in terms of the community, being a role model or starting to be a role model has been the best thing I've ever done for myself. It's a good feeling, and that is part of my motivation as well.
How many kids in your family when you were growing up?
Just me, my half-sister, and my stepbrother. It's just my parents chose a house in a neighborhood that is an amazing house. It's a beautiful house, and it's a very convenient location across from my childhood elementary school. And my high school was like a few blocks away, but when we moved into it, both my parents, it was basically all they could afford. They didn't go to college, so they didn't have much ambition to do better, to find another job, or to do multiple things. So they
middle class?
Sorry?
Middle class?
Lower middle class, you could say.
Middle class?
Yeah, so we weren't broke. I always had food in the fridge, I played basketball. It was very well taken care of. But for the area that I lived in, like I said, a lot of my friends got cars when they were 16. Their college was paid for, or, they didn't have to work, for any money. So that was an inspiration for me to do better and to kind of work a little bit harder, be motivated.
Did you move out when you were 18?
I was actually emancipated when I was 17, so I moved out then.
Were you a troublemaker?
Not at all. I was such a good girl.
So you didn't rebel, huh?
I didn't rebel, but I didn't rebel at all, actually. No, but my mother and I had an understanding. I was like, Mom, I want to live in my own place right now. So I actually went to court and I was emancipated, and I moved out on my own when I was 17.
What about your grandparents?
My grandparents? I don't know my grandparents on my father's side, but I know my grandparents on my mother's side, and they were very good to me, and I loved them.
Were you close to your grandfather when you were a kid?
Yes, I was very close to both of my grandparents. No, my grandfather passed away when I was like 9, and my grandmother passed away when I was like 15. So, no, I never grew out of loving them, and they never embarrassed me. I was always open to that.
Your parents still living together?
Yeah, my father was from Seattle, so they never...
What, were they hippies?
My mother was, and then my father was a banker, and they never worked out, so...
So your mother was a hippie and your father was a banker?
Something like that.
Wow.
From what I understand, yes.
Wow. So are they retired now?
No, my mother's still... She's an administrative assistant for a company called KLA 10 Corps. She married my stepfather when I was about 6 years old, and that's when we moved to Aloha, Oregon. And then when I was 9, we moved all the way to Tannisbourne.
All the way?
All the way.
A few steps.
I know.
That was a long move, I tell you.
Stop.
Hire the movers. Are you close with your mother? Are you going to D.C. and is she going to be there with you? Or?
I'm very close with her, and I hope she can make it if we can fundraise enough money. Right now, we're prioritizing on getting me there, and if we can get her there, that'd be nice. But
is she going to be around right there in the audience?
Absolutely, yeah. My mom has been growing up like I never realized how much I was supported by my mother until I started to actually. Basically, when social media came out, like post things about myself and the things I was doing, my mother's always there to like my first comment or picture, and she's always there to say something, or if she, if I've got something going on and she knows about it, she's like, how'd this go? Or, she's always there first before anyone.
But no sisters?
I have a sister, a half-sister.
Half-sister.
Yeah.
Are you close?
Yeah, we're very close, too.
Okay, okay. Okay, that's cool.
Well, I feel like it's gone in kind of waves and steps. When you first get on social media, it was slightly overwhelming because I'm getting on Facebook and seeing all these people I hadn't seen or talked to in years. And at first I'm thinking, like, why would I talk to these people? It was in the past. What do they have to do with me now? And it's not like that anymore, though, because now it's just like a way to keep in contact with people that you've met or people that you want to meet. And it's a way to it's another resume for you. It's a really nice platform to get yourself out there and to get things that you want and things that you want to do.
How do you use social media in pageantry?
In pageantry,
Is that the word?
You could say, I know what you mean, because I as I'm writing stuff, I kind of use it that way.
Yeah.
How do I use it? Well, for starters, my pageant director, Miss Karen Arrington, she that's how we all communicate. All the girls from all the states and countries, that's how we all communicate. Every day we have our own private Facebook group, and she'll post things for us to do that we need to get done, need to respond to her. And, all of us girls, we post things that we're doing to keep each other encouraged and motivated. So that's one way that social media is used with this pageant. Another way for me personally, if I want to fulfill my initiative, which was working with kids and healthier ways to eat, that is one way I use to actually do that. So one way I use that is I get people involved with the Boys and Girls Club. That's what I do right now. I volunteer for Boys and Girls Club. And then I tell people about it. So that is how I use social media for that specifically.
And I imagine there are, in any group of people, there are egos that you have to contend with. How do you circumvent that kind of a problem? With people getting upset with you?
I see what you're saying, and in other pageants I have felt that way, where the competition was just literally almost cutthroat, where there were those big egos, a lot of intelligence was thrown around, and a lot of, just stepping on each other's toes. But with this specific pageant, honestly, it is not like that. We really encourage each other, and we actually work together, and we help each other. Like, it's not like that at all. This pageant is certainly not a beauty pageant. It's really focused on purely talent. Like, for our competition, we have 3 categories, which is fitness, which is like, are you taking care of your body and yourself? It's also, I think it's gown. And then also there's just a stage, or did I say talent? There's talent, and then there's a question.
But why not beauty? You said it's not a beauty contest.
I really don't feel like it's a beauty contest.
I know, that's just like an old hat sort of thing, like old. It can't be.
It's not an old thing, because that is definitely still relevant in other pageants.
It is.
Beauty.
Yeah.
But this one is not like that. It's not focused on beauty. They really.
Well, they had the lady who just won. She's plus size, but she's attractive. Is there a talent contest?
Yeah. So for that specifically, I'm doing, honestly, a stand-up comedy little thing, and that is something very unique.
Okay, I'd like to see that.
I've written some of it. I really don't want to spoil it. I've written some of it, and my mom hates this idea.
Well, you can give it to me, the whole routine.
No, I can't. I want to. My mother hates this idea because she's like, really? That's what you're going to... She wants me to do something more traditional, like singing or dancing or something like that, but... Yeah. Like I said, I'm not much of an actress, and I really want to do something that appeals to me, that I'm interested in, that I think I could do well.
Can you cry for me right now?
Cry for you? No, like I said, no. This comedy thing is going to speak right from my heart. Straightforward, to the point. I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I would like to have an interview where everything's open, to make them feel comfortable to open up to me and ask the questions that is on everyone's mind, such as do you have like you said, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? What do you like to do? And kind of just hone in on that. Like I said, I don't like sneaky questions, and just being realistic. Like Anderson Cooper is very good at that. I remember after the Zimmerman trial, watching him interview one of the jurors, and he really got straight to the point and asked her directly, you think this is the right decision, and he did a very good job at doing that. People
in the United States who are law enforcement officers, they've been doing it a long time, shooting people who are unarmed. Do you think that's a race problem, or do you think it's just a problem of the cops having so much power that they are simply abusing it, whether you're white or black?
I definitely think that's a mix of both, and I've talked to many black men, because that is a huge issue right now. Like, they're scared of their lives for doing anything or for doing nothing. One huge thing that I really picked up on talking to a black man, and this was in D.C., because I asked him, I was like, what do you think about this? Because his world and my world are completely different. And he said to me, he's like, I think that these police officers they're just scared. They're just scared of black men, especially with everything that's going on in the unknown, and not being able to identify with them, and having this culture that they can't identify with. It's just something that they're just simply scared of, and maybe a little bit of a power trip. I see it as like a cultural difference that they can't identify with. Like, we can't relate to what we don't know. And so I don't want to say one way or another, just because I don't know about a white police officer's position. I don't know about a black man's position, but I can say that there's a cultural difference, that there is some understanding that is not going on. And a lot of this is networking. They say, it was funny, it started off as it's not who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But now it's it's who knows you. So those are those networks and relationships that I'm trying to build.
So with all of these skills, what the hell do you want to do 20 years from now?
I want to wake up and just not worry about, clearly, honestly, money. I just want to wake up, go to work, and enjoy my day broadcasting, for whether it be news. I like entertainment news. Or sports, and then I just want to go home at night with my family. Really simple. I don't want to take over the world.
So you want kids?
Eventually, yes.
You want to wait a little while. Yeah. So you do want to get married. How many kids do you want?
About 3. I'd be okay with knocking 2 out at once, if that were a possibility.
Twins. Would you rather have fraternal or identical?
Identical. I think that would be a challenge.
wonder if the right guy comes by right after the pageant, or you meet him at the pageant and you fall madly in love. Is that going to sweep your career, and would you get married if he pursued you?
Absolutely not. If he's somebody who I am going to marry someday, then there's no rush. I mean, we could at least build like an empire together and just...
So take your time, not get married, and continue your career?
Yeah, there's no rush.
I wonder if he said, I love you and I want to be married now, and it's either now or never.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. A lady who knows her mind. What show you would like to be on now?
The E! Network is a great network. Have you ever watched the E! Channel? So something just like that. Entertainment news.
Have you worked it out in your mind what it would look like and feel like to be married and have kids getting up in the morning? Because you mentioned it earlier.
Right. I can't imagine it. I don't know what that's going to be like. I don't know where I'll be. I feel like I'm so young, and that if I find a really nice job maybe in New York or Florida or LA, like I could be down there or up there meeting somebody I've never met before, and just I have no idea what my house is going to be like. I do think about that in the far distant future, but I'm really focused on what I have going on now, and it's hard to imagine about that. That's like an afterthought. So I'm trying to stay focused on. Yes, you could be at home, thinking who you're going to win, but there's always politics involved. I mean, do you think that there's politics involved?
Oh, absolutely there's politics. I mean, you have these judges who make those selections, and that's all up to them. It's not that people are voting in.
We have, the pageant's going to be a full 2-day thing. The first day, we'll have one set of judges. The next day, for the final, that'll be a whole different set of judges. I feel like I have been such a people person my whole life that...
If Lauren Michaels saw you and said, would you like to audition for Saturday Night Live?
Absolutely. I'm not, like I said, I'm not much of an actor, so I mean, that's on him if he wants to hire me. I feel bad for him. Maybe just for a night, like for like a special on like a Saturday, how they have the guest host. My whole goal, my whole thing is I don't want to come inside and sit at a desk all day. I kind of want to be running around, and I want to be going everywhere and meeting people.
Want to be year-round, did you say?
I don't want to be inside
right.
the whole time. I want to be around and like going out and meeting people, and I like doing all of that stuff. So I need to not be behind a desk. I'm excited. I'm ready to take the next leap always. Like there's no fear in it. Like I believe people have recovered from the craziest things. So you don't have to be the first person to do something. You just have to be the best at it. And so that's where that comes in. I'm focused on myself and what I want to do, and that's all I need to worry about. Someone else's opinion of me is none of my business. And
what gets you down?
What gets me down?
Right.
It's been a while since I felt down, but I know what you're saying. I used to get stressed out, but stress is a part of life, and that's how you manage it is up to you.
What would stress you?
First, starting college, that's a stressor. Working your job and working college and taking care of your home and, making family time, that was very stressful for me when I first started to juggle it. Just like anything, you start off really new, you're really stressed out. But once you start managing and juggling things, it gets easier.
Do you have any plans to go after a master's or a doctorate?
Absolutely. It's changed my life. I mean, of course it'll change your life, but I feel like even some people don't understand how important education is, and it's very important. Even just having a conversation with somebody, it makes a world of difference.
If you could live forever and be healthy and happy and look as you do, you had all these intelligent, handsome men about your age who would be lined up a block away, just waiting for you to meet them. And you have to decide beforehand how much time you would spend up. Remember, now you are living forever. You have to decide beforehand how much time you would spend with each one. You would spend the same amount of time with all of them. You have to stay with them. You have to spend. Okay. It could be their lifetime. It could be.
And this person would be my mate.
Would be your mate. Yes.
My answer is I would spend a lifetime with each one. In order to have something great, it takes a lot of sacrifice. So if you're going to spend a lifetime with one really crappy person, it would be so worth it to be able to spend a lifetime with a really good person too. I don't want any second less if I met somebody incredible.
You might meet somebody that you just can't stand, but if you meet your love of your life... Okay, here's another one of those silly questions. Meaningful to no one, so don't worry about the answer. Jeannie says, you can live as long as you want, but you have to give me a number.
In years.
You want to live to be 60, 70, 80, 90, or 10,000, whatever you want. Name a number, and you will live that long. Even if the earth comes to an end, you will be somewhere where you'll be happy, and you'll be healthy, and you'll look the same as you do now.
Okay, then. I would say just an average lifespan of 80 years or 60 more years, just because I don't need to be greedy. I mean, there's a reason why I'm on this earth for however many years. My body needs to expire. I mean, there's just...
Well, make room for other people.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
We all have a time here on this earth. I'm blessed. If I make it that old, I'm blessed. If I don't, then it's your time. It's your time.
Okay, that's an answer. No one's actually given me that answer specifically, but no one's ever given me the answer that I would give.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
A Googolplex.
Googolplex?
Yeah, Googolplex.
I guess I have a fear of living a long time because I do know that eventually I'm in biology class right now. Populations do come into existence and they rise, they have their time, and then they can't end. And I just seeing the ending of my loved ones would just tear me up.
When is your pageant?
It's not till August.
Until August.
I do have an event in June that I will be talking about, and that's to fundraise for my trip there and for they work with the Heart Truth campaign the organization does, so I'm going to be donating to them and to my fundraiser.
Where is this?
This will be at Henry's Tavern. It's going to be at Henry's Tavern, which is a huge Portland staple.
In Portland,
It's Henry Weinhardt's old brewery.
If you could go in the past, the future is uncertain. You don't know where that would be.
Right.
Somewhere in the past, Western days.
After being in my biology class, I want to see the first cell formation and just kind of how natural selection kind of went. I'm learning about it right now, and I think it's incredibly fascinating.
So watch the evolution of
mankind and animals and everything. Mm-hmm. It's just so incredible how closely... I just can't... It's hard for me to, once you understand that we are another animal, another organism, just like any other.
Yeah.
And our behavior is actually quite similar with the way that we're overpopulating ourselves. People that can't feed themselves as well won't, have offspring and live on. Natural selection is still going on. I don't know if it was Stephen Hawking. It was maybe another physicist said that humans have not changed a whole lot in the past. They changed a whole lot at first. As a species, we changed a whole lot at first. We rapidly, evolved. Then all of a sudden we kind of stopped. And so we can kind of modify our environment in order to survive and maintain.
Well, on that positive note, I see our time is up, so I'm saying thank you, Sarah, and good luck with competition.
Thank you.